Morning, folks. We are out and about. Last video I told you guys, came across a lady on Facebook. Her daughter's getting graduated. She needed a deck. A bunch of people flaked out on her. It has to be done on Friday. Today is Tuesday. We're already out here at it. Her and her kids actually already tore most of the deck out. We did a little bit this morning. Miss Polly has been painting the posts. She did not have treated wood, so we're using an asphalt emulsion. We'll be putting that on everything, and we're going to try to get her a deck so that they can celebrate her daughter's graduation out here by the pool. Let me take you back and show you what we're doing. So Miss Polly is painting the rim board with asphalt fence paint. It was not or hadn't been painted in a long time, so we're putting this on there. Then we're going to be putting posts in, short posts in the back, some taller posts out here on the concrete, and at a later date the homeowner is going to want a covered deck, so we're going to put these posts out here a little taller so that later on we can tie into it. But let me take you over here and show you what we tore out. These young men are moving all this. This is the material that we tore out away from the walls. Actually, these boys here did the most of it. Don't get snagged on a nail or a lag bolt. So it wasn't built really well to begin with, and then of course the weather had a whole lot to do with it. Probably the deck's probably 20 years old anyway, so it wasn't protected properly and it fell apart. We're going to do our best to make sure that it lasts a long time. That's why we're taking these extra steps, painting everything and getting this rim joist took care of. And as soon as our paint dries, I'm going to be cutting posts and start putting some short posts in the ground, and we'll bring you all the action. Show you how we build a deck. It's going to be similar to how we built the foundation of our off-grid workshop. It's not that much different. So come along with us. We'll bring you along for the ride. It's going to be a fast 4 days getting this deck built in time. When you're remodeling, things don't always go, perfect. This board here is supporting this roof. Yeah. So we have to start our deck underneath it. We're going to have to jack this wall back up to plumb or to level once we get our framework up, and then tie that wall into our deck. We've got our first joist up on the wall. This is not a rim board. This is actually a joist, because we're going to do a drop girder underneath of it, and then all of our subsequent floor joists are going to be on top of it. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have 5 drop girders. We're working with the material we have. If it was a ideal situation, we would have a 2x8 rim board, and we would do a bead board or a ledger board underneath, but we don't have that, so we're going to do drop girders, and it's going to be just as strong, if not stronger. I like doing drop girders. My wife has been painting. Show them your shirt, babe. I've got it on my hands too. You can't, this asphalt emulsion, you can't get away from it. You're going to be black. So this is how far we've got. I've got to put in my posts against the wall for my drop girder supports, and that is what I'm fixing to do next. Okay folks, we got all our posts in as you just seen, and we are getting ready to get our outside posts. There's going to be another row of inside posts also. We've got to get this thing squared up. That's the biggest thing. We got to get squared up. And this wall right here is not square with the house. So when we square up with the house, it actually pushes into us. So we're going to have to account for that. A wise man once told me, he said, it's not about what it actually is, it's how it looks in the end. So it's going to be as correct as we can get it working with what we got. This wall over here is going to be, I think we're about 3 inches. It's about 3 inches out of square with the house. We're going to make our portion of it square. What we've done is we have just put up a mock board for now, just so we could see where we needed to put our post. And then once we square this up, we've got string running down along our house. And once we put the post in there, we'll pull it up, pull it together, square it up, and then we'll concrete it in. We do this quite a bit on smaller decks. On bigger things, we go ahead and we just put up strings and build a transit like we did with our off-grid cabin. But we don't have enough room here for that. So we're just going to use a board, square up with the house, set our post, and then concrete it in. We have our post right there. We pre-treated 26 inches of it. May not need that much. I may have to cut a little bit of it off. I don't know. We'll see. But it's coming along. It's about noon. We've been working on it about 4 hours, maybe a little bit past noon. And it's coming together. Once we get it squared up, get it to where we need it, then we can really start putting some framing together. Right here, we're really having to be tedious and make sure that it's going to come out right according to the house and this wall over here. So back at it. I got to dig some more holes. All right, folks, we got a little bit done here today. We're soaking a hole right there because it is very, very hard. Our worst spot was over against that wall like I figured it would be. We actually ended up tying it into the existing structure. I'll take you over in a second. It's out of square. That wall is out of square, probably 3 inches at least. But we've got this all connected. We have to put asphalt emulsion on all of it, coat it all, everything that's down against the ground. These braces are just here for temporarily because she wants to tie a roof into this outside of this porch to be covered. Right now, as you can see, we're in full sun. So we are going to put another row of small posts down along through here. We have to put a drop girder on the outside there, another drop girder here, and we're going to double drop girder this. So it's going to have another 2x6 running this way. All of our floor joists are going to run this way. And then all of our boards, which will be 2x6, will run this way. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think they can have plenty of people on it. They're not going to have to worry about it collapsing. The only thing we have not done is run lags. We actually have some ollies, some timber locks that we're going to run in these. We're going to pre-drill them and then run them into the post. Right now it's just all kind of set up kind of temporary, and then we'll lag everything once we're done, make sure we're square and everything. We've had to move this a little bit because of this wall. This right here is narrow, but right here is real narrow. So that is, by the time you get out there, you got that much post here, and we are square with the building. We're square with the house. So this wall deviates that way quite a bit. I think it just kind of wanders around, if you want the truth. But a little bit more digging, a few more drop girders, then the floor joists, and we'll be decking this thing. Probably going to have to take and put some type of railing around this side so that people don't fall off that side of the deck. They're going to have a big party here, graduation party for her daughter. So Trying to get this done by Friday. Today is Tuesday. This is what we got done today. Tearing everything out, getting this part up. I think we done pretty good. Friends and neighbors, we're out here day 2 of this deck build, and we've got a little bit done. I've been working and not running the camera, so I get more done that way. When I'm running the camera and changing angles, I don't get near as much done. So this is Katrina, right?
Yes.
This is Katrina.
Hi.
I'm bad with names. She's the one who owns this place, and she was needing somebody to get this deck done. I can't talk. To get this deck done by Friday, so they can have her daughter's graduation party. So we're moving right along. This morning we got this post in. We got our center posts in. We put some extra 4x4s. We had them cut already, so we threw them in to keep the deck from twisting. We have our band board on the outside, which helped do that also. We attached back over here into our existing part of this wall. I put a rim joist on the outside, put some more 4x4s in. So we're moving right along with this. I'll probably put maybe a 4x4 here, here, and on that last one, just to keep them from twisting. We'll see if it needs it. But Miss Polly and Katrina, they're painting away, trying to get these joists painted up, and as soon as they do, we will be putting the decking on, which is, again, will be 2x6s. So this is going to be a very, very stout deck. As you can see, we have a 10 by less than 5. It's somewhere right around 5 support box. The more boxes you make, the more 90-degree angles you put into a particular building, the stronger it is. And now I think you can see it coming together. They're going to paint this with porch and deck paint. This is eventually going to be covered. It will still get some weather, but not as bad. And this is about half the price of what treated is. It's what she bought. It's what we're using. Ideally, treated, all this be treated, but it would cost probably 4 times as much as what she paid, like $4,000, $6,000. It'd be about $6,000, because I think she paid like $2,000 for all this. And we build to take and use as much as we can, as efficiently as we can. So you can see here we have our floor joists in. All of them are in. I don't know if I showed that to you before. Got them crossing right here, which really strengthens up the center of this. They have a water cooler that sits here and vibrates. So we really want this to be strong right here. It will probably last longer than the house. So Miss Polly is finishing up painting, and we're just going to be laying deck boards. It's going to be an all-day thing today. Then we have to figure out where the steps are going to go, and railing. Not sure. I know that there's going to be a set of steps here. We may have to take off that first board to put the post in for the railing, which is totally doable. May have to come back later and do railing, not sure. Because we're going to be short material today, I'm thinking. Gonna have to come back tomorrow and finish putting down the decking. Day 2, moving along really well. You got anything you want to say, babe? She's painting away. She's got as much paint on her as she does on the wood. She's a 2-coat painter. This stuff is messy, y'all. It's really messy, but it does work. Alright, folks, this is as far as we got. This lumber's got us off just a little bit, but there's nothing really you can do about it. Most of it has a bow in it somewhere, one direction or the other. We are about 14 boards short here, and then we have to build the steps. Oh, I forgot the steps over there too. Miss Polly's putting together a material list. We put up some temporary bracing here just to hold everything together. We've got to put some railing on here, put a set of steps here, another railing here. We're going to have to take this last board off and put in our railing all the way in the ground for our post railing. We're going to have a 3-foot step here. We're going to do a step all the way here, all the way to the wall. And it's just going to be a box step. It's just going to set kind of directly on the concrete and just be tied to the last joist there. That's going to about wrap up day 2. We got about as much done as we can do until we get some more stuff. We can actually work on the railing a little bit, but we've got to get the homeowners, Miss Katrina's input on the railing. So tomorrow we'll finish this up, finish the railing up, and we should be pretty much done tomorrow, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Steps.
You're gonna do the railing,
Steps and railing.
and then finish the rest of that floor.
Shouldn't take all that long. Ain't she pretty, folks? Beautiful woman. After 25 years, she still gets to me. Ain't that what the song says? George Strait song. She still gets to me. I think it was Write a Little Note, something like that. I don't know. Been too long since I watched it. All right, guys.
Watched it.
Listen to it. Whatever it is.
You mean the video or
Hear,
the song?
hear, listen, something. I don't know. No, it's listen, talk. I don't know. I'm tired. All right, guys. Day 2 in the books. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, folks. This is how we're going to do the railing. I guess she's going to put some of that lattice work on the front or on the inside. Either way it works. It's 34 inches, which is about to the hip. You don't want somebody falling over, getting top heavy. So at least 34 inches. I think 34 is code. Anything 34 and above. Maybe 32, but 34 is what we did. We have a 3.5 inch toe kick. You can stick your toe underneath there. It's really nice. If we had known what kind of railing we were going to do, we could have run our post all the way up, but at the time we didn't know. Kind of playing everything on the fly here. Tomorrow we have to pull this board off, make some cuts, put a post in here, put a post in here, and then do the same type of railing that we did here. It's gonna look really nice. It's gonna be a 3-foot step here. Like I said before, full step here and then a step out there. They get this thing painted, it will last. If they wait and it bleaches out and sun dries, it will not. That puts day 2 in the books. We'll be back at it again tomorrow, get this thing finished up, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, folks, we got the steps on. We finished out the deck. We've got the railing on that side. The steps were pretty straightforward. We had to shift this whole piece out so that we could get a 2x4 in here, and we had to put some posts under that board because it's wanting to tilt a little bit. So we attached 2x6s that we painted with our asphalt emulsion to the sides of those 4x4s, put one in the middle, and got 2x6 step, pretty uniform steps. We finished this out. It was just about 14 boards and a 2x4. This we did the same way. We attached a 2x6 to the side of our 4x4 on the inside, on both sides, and then we put There's another 4x4 here. Then we just put a couple of stringers in, all painted, made for a really easy step. We added this post and this post today. They both go down. So that one goes down and it's actually attached to the wall. There's actually a 2x6 wall there. So we bolted it into there with our timber locks. And this one here goes all the way down. Again, we have a 2x6 stringer, a 2x6 stand, and it's all painted with asphalt emulsion. This one is painted with asphalt emulsion and sitting on the ground. It's lagged in. This ground is super hard, so don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. The rest of these posts, this one's in the ground, the next one's in the ground, everything else is sitting on top, but we leveled it out, made sure it was really good. We're all finished up. It's looking really good. She wants to put a roof on it eventually. She wants to put a roof line on it, so that's what's going to be next. We'll have to tie it into the existing roof, which is a little bit of a geometrical conundrum. But 3 days, deck's done, looks good. That being said, remember, pray hard, stay strong, ride on.